Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1981 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Oakland A's and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for Oakland is Mike Norris, whose record is 7-6 with a 2.77 ERA, and pitching for the Tigers today is Dave Rozema, whose record is 7-3 with a 3.30 ERA. And so we took a hard loss yesterday, 5-2 to John Tudor and the Red Sox. That puts us 8.5 back. And things are starting to look a little grim. Being 8.5 games back with 34 games to go is probably not where you want to be. But, we have the A's in town this week, 4-game series, followed by the Indians. So those are some teams that are in the second tier. And so maybe we can make up a few games here, which maybe will help me make up my mind on whether or not we need to trade Jason Thompson before the end of the season, or maybe we make a trade for a starting pitcher to help us with a last-minute run to win the division. So at any rate, let's go ahead and get started with today's game. Weird 8:30 start times. I don't know what that's all about. But that's a weird time to be starting in any time zone. Nonetheless, we have Dave Rozema on the mound today. He's probably our best starting pitcher, most consistent, although the A's are batting .311 against him so far this season. And all of our bullpen is available. We're facing the righty Mike Norris, and so we've made a couple minor changes. We did put Reggie Jackson back in the lineup. I believe Alan Trammell is once again listed as tired, but at this point you got to suck it up. I think we need to have our best players in there every opportunity that we can in order to decide whether we're going to make a run or not. So hopefully it won't lead to an injury. I guess that is something that we'll have to take the risk, and no risk, no reward. Here is the A's lineup rundown for today. Batting leadoff and in center field is Rusty McNealy. Batting second at second base is Shooty Babitt. Batting third at first base is Joe DeSa. Batting cleanup at third base is Kevin Mitchell. Batting fifth and catching is Ed Putman. Batting sixth in right field is Mike Davis. Batting seventh and DHing is Kelvin Moore. Batting eighth at shortstop is Tony Phillips. And batting ninth in left field is Glenn Burke. And as I mentioned, on the mound for Detroit is Dave Rozema. Rozema, 7-3, 3.30 ERA. Look at that. That's amazing. 90 hits and 103 innings pitched. He's got 40 strikeouts, twice as many Ks as walks. That is definitely the sign of a pitcher who is improving. Opponent's batting average is down to .228. He's got 2 complete games, and he has that great shutout from earlier this season. All right, here is the Tigers' defensive alignment, if you want to take a look here. And we have Rusty McNealy in the batter's box, ready to go. McNealy leading off. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit. McNealy, who has taken over center field since Henderson's trade to Detroit. So McNealy on first, he's got 27 stolen bases. He has almost as many stolen bases as Rickey Henderson, who has 30, I believe now. And then he steals another base. So McNealy's on second, with Shooty Babitt up with a 1-0 count. And he steals third. Oh boy. So this already not looking good. 2-0 count to Babitt, and Babbitt's going to pop it up on the infield, carrying to the outfield grass, and Whitaker makes the play. So 2 down. Next up is Joe DeSa. Now that we have 1 out, we're going to pull the infield in, try to prevent that run from scoring from third. And Joe DeSa is the batter. We have not seen him this year. And I know this for a fact, and I can't tell you what year for sure, but I remember Joe DeSa got into a car accident in spring training one season and died. I wish I could remember exactly when that was, as he hits a ground ball to second, and they go home, and they get McNealy at home plate. So those 2 stolen bases are for nothing, really. As DeSa's on first, here's Kevin Mitchell, 19-year-old, and DeSa steals. That's 3 stolen bases against Parrish here in the first inning. And now DeSa is in scoring position for Mitchell, and Rozema strikes him out on an inside pitch. So nothing exciting there in the first. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Here is the Tigers lineup. Batting leadoff and in center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting second at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting third at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting cleanup at first base is Jason Thompson. And batting fifth at DH is Reggie Jackson. Batting sixth in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting seventh and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting eighth in right field is Garry Hancock. And batting ninth at third base is Tom Brookins. Mike Norris on the mound for the A's. Went 10-20 last year. He lost 20 games for the last place A's. Looks like he's turned a corner this year, though. His career low ERA, 2.77. Wow, holy cow, 62 walks and 35 strikeouts? How is that possible? Opponents are only batting .210 against him with 4 complete games and 1 shutout. I don't think I've ever seen a disparity, maybe other than our own Dan Petrie. That might be the only other pitcher I've ever seen that is nearly double the other way. So here's Rickey Henderson leading off against his old teammate. I wanted to mention something real quick, that as I was doing my On This Day in Baseball for the Brainiac Baseball Facebook page, I saw that Tony Fernandez reached base twice in one inning in 1984 for the Padres and was caught stealing both times. He was the last batter to ever be caught stealing twice in one inning, and the time it had happened before was before 1900, so the dead ball era. So he was caught 20 out of 40 times that year, Tony Fernandez, in 1994. So when I see Rickey Henderson 22 out of 34 and 30 out of 32 or 42 overall, I guess I don't feel as bad as I would if I were Tony Fernandez. So here's Rickey Henderson leading off. Bloop. Gonna fall in. There we go. Base hit. You know he's going to be going. He's not going to be shown up by Rusty McNealy. No one named Rusty can put one on Mr. Rickey Henderson here. So we're going to steal second base. And right down the middle, and he's caught stealing. Oh, come on. I mean, that is so unrealistic. Oh, and here's Whitaker. Maybe that'll fall in too? Nope, that's going to be caught by the right fielder. Oh, man, that's funny. So Mike Davis makes the catch. Here's Trammell. And there's a base hit up the middle. So Trammell gets the second hit for the Tigers. And I'd love to steal right now just to have Trammell get a stolen base instead of Henderson. But we're going to let JT swing away. There's a ground ball to second. And we go to the top of the second. No score. Former Tiger Ed Putman came over in the trade as well. And looks like he's holding it down all right. Everyday catcher for them. And he's batting .234. He's got 5 home runs. Putman hits a fly ball to center field off Rozema, and there's the first out, 1 down. Next up is Mike Davis, 2 for 5 against Rozema in his career. Ground ball to Thompson, 2 down. Next up is Kelvin Moore. Kelvin heating up with a base hit to left field. 2 hits now against Rozema. And then Tony Phillips bloops it into left field, caught by Gibby for the 3rd out. So we're going to the bottom of the 2nd. Reggie Jackson leading off. Ground ball. Second baseman Babitt makes the play. 1 out. Next up is Gibby. Gibby ground ball to 3rd. Mitchell makes the play. Mitchell below average defensively at 3rd base. Keep that in mind in case we need to lay down a bunt later. And then Parrish grounds out to 1st. So no one's getting anything going here. Go to the top of the 3rd. Glenn Burke leading off against Dave Rozema. Grounds out to Whitaker. 1 down. Back to the top of the lineup with Rusty McNealy. 1 for 1, 2 stolen bases. Oh no. Base hit the left. Will he be going this time? Shooty Babitt. 3rd stolen base of the game for McNealy. 4 overall now for the Oakland A's. Runner on 2nd for Shooty Babitt. And finally, Parrish throws him out. McNealy obviously has a green light. 2 down now. We'll take it. Ground ball by Babitt to short. And there we go. Go to the the bottom of the 3rd. With Garry Hancock leading off. Hancock batting .289 versus righties. Sends a lazy fly ball in the right center field. Caught by Davis for the 1st out. That's going to bring up Tom Brookins. Batting .221 overall with 6 home runs. And there's an infield single. Brookins with 94 speed. I just don't really feel like risking it just now. As Rickey strikes out. Okay. So now we're going to try to steal 2nd with Brookins. Brookins, I think, is 4 for 9 now. There we go. Screwball that was way outside. Brookins steals 2nd, giving Whitaker a chance here to drive in the 1st run. That might fall in. Nope, carries to center field. Deep enough to be caught by McNealy, and we go to the top of the 4th. No runs, 3 hits apiece. Here's Joe DeSa. Ground ball past Thompson at 1st. And he's got himself a double. So the leadoff man's on 2nd for Kevin Mitchell. 19 years old. A lot of 19-year-old cleanup hitters in this game. Mitchell hits a ground ball to Trammell, and Trammell makes an error, allowing a run to score. That's like his 5th or 6th error in 2 weeks. Just insane how bad he is all of a sudden. And then Putman's going to come up and plant it into right center field. And it's 3-0. 2 of those runs unearned. Infield single by Davis. And the route is on. Kelvin Moore base hit up the middle. Davis holds at 2nd. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Ground ball to Trammell. Can he make the play? Only at 2nd to get 1. And we may as well keep the infield back. Try to turn 2 here on Glenn Burke. Strikes him out. 2nd strikeout for Rozema. It's going to bring up Rusty McNealy, who is unstoppable in this game. He's a human cheat code, and there's a 3rd hit. 4-0. The error by Trammell has opened the floodgates. Finally, an opportunity here at a 3rd out with Babitt popping it up. Caught right behind 2nd base. And the A's put up 4 in the 4th. And we're down 4-0 in every game's like a must-win game. Here's Trammell making up for his error, hitting his 14th home run. He is now in 3rd place in the American League in home runs with 14, behind Jason Thompson and Ron Hassey, who has 16. So 4-1. Oh, Thompson, back-to-back jacks. Second time in like a week. The Trammell and JT have gone back-to-back. 19 home runs for Thompson. Looking to, in his next at-bat, to be the first player to get to 20 home runs. So we cut the lead in half. Here's Reggie. Let's keep it going. Let's go back-to-back. To back. No, Reggie can't get it out of the infield anymore. There's one down as Reggie grounds out to second. Next up is Gibby. Gibby, ground ball to short. Phillips makes the play. And Lance Parrish, who's completely lost all of his power, walks. Runner on first. Here's Garry Hancock. Speaking of losing power, base hit though for Hancock. We're gonna hold Parrish since McNealy can do no wrong today. Hancock had 21 home runs last year, and he's sitting on 5. Like, this guy's got more home runs. So here's Brookins. A chance here to make a big difference in this game. He lifts it to right, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. So we get a couple runs back. It's 4-2 in the back-to-back home runs by Trammell and Thompson. We go to the fifth. Joe DeSa flying out to center field. There's one down. Next up is Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell leading the A's with 12 home runs. Oh no, did I just jinx it? Yep, I sure did. 13 now for Kevin Mitchell. 5-2. Oakland. Ed Putman strikes out looking. 3 Ks for Rozema. Up to 76 pitches now. And another hit, the 10th hit. And that's going to be it for Rozema. He does not have it today. Not helped out at all by his defense. Or Parrish, especially, giving up 4 stolen bases. Okay, we're going to bring in, we got a righty situation here. We're going to bring up Tom Filer, who has been pretty solid. 1.93 ERA in 4 2/3 innings. Opponent's batting .263. We might ask him to go a couple innings today. Kelvin Moore, first batter to face Filer. Moore hits a ground ball to short, and that'll do it. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 5-2 Oakland. Rickey Henderson, 1 for 6 against Norris. And a base hit for Henderson. I mean, we may as well try to go for the steal. We know he gets thrown out every time he goes for a double. We're going to flip it over to the in-game stats. So Henderson really 2 for 3. He's battling it out with McNealy. We're down 3. May as well try to steal. Why not? And there we go. Henderson steals second base. It's going to bring up Sweet Lou with a 1-0 count, and he hits it to the third baseman. The one place you don't want to hit it. All right, so Trammell hit a home run his last time up. He's 3 for 13, 2 for 2 on the day. You got to let him swing away. Ground ball to short. Henderson still has to hold. That's going to leave it up to JT. And Thompson hits a fly ball to center. Can't get anything going. If it's not the long ball, then it's nothing. So we're going to keep Filer in there. Made a quick order of Moore to get the third out. And then Tony Phillips comes up and drops a double down the right field. Oh, he's got a hold for a single. That looks like a for sure double. Runner on first for Glenn Burke. Burke, ground ball to short. Tigers turn 2. Nope. Only get the lead runner at second base. And it's going to bring up Rusty McNealy. This guy, 3 for 3, RBI, 3 stolen bases, and a ground ball to short. Once again, the infield can only get 1. At least he didn't make an error. And then Babitt strikes out looking. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Reggie Jackson leading off the inning against Norris. Hey, there's a base hit to left. Falls in right in front of the left fielder. Do we want to go for 2? Why not? Reggie's safe at second. Good job, Reggie. The veterans showing these youngsters how it's done. Leadoff runner on second. That's Reggie Jackson. Here's Kirk Gibson. Gibson pulls it into right for a base hit. Jackson has to hold. Now we're a blast away from tying the game. Here's Parrish. Let's look at his skills. Does he have any skills? He can hit a sac fly situationally. So that's all we're going to ask him to do. And if he gets something more out of it, great. If he hits into a double play, at least Jackson scores. Ground ball to third. It gets past the third baseman, Mitchell, and there's a base hit. Great job. It's 5-3. It's still nobody out. And it's first and third for our boy Hancock. Now, Hancock, this guy knows what to do. He can hit and run. He can go for a sac fly. It's hit and run with this guy. Stay out of the double play with the slow-ass Parrish at first. Ground ball to third. That's going to get the 4th run in. As Parrish is safe at second. The only play was to first. It's 5-4. Okay, Tommy B. Time for you to be a hero here. Base hit to right. That's where we're going to call it right now. Ground ball to second. Moves Parrish into third base for Rickey. 2 down. Tying runs at third now. And Rickey Henderson. This is the time to do something big. Base hit to right. Look at that. Rickey's not going to be upstaged. Do we want to go for 2 again? No, we don't. But we are going to try to steal. Why not? Let's get Rickey to second. Let's take the lead right now. There's a curveball way outside, and Henderson steals second base and gives Whitaker a chance here to give us the lead. Yes, base hit to left field. Will Henderson go? I'm going to send him. Oh, it doesn't matter. He scores anyway, and we have the lead, 6-5. RBI single, and that is going to do it for Mike Norris. Couldn't hold that lead. And Jim Corsi's the new pitcher. 19-year-old Jim Corsi. They're bringing in the teenager in high leverage situation. 6 games, 368. You see, he pitched last year, too. Never had a save. Opponents are crushing him. And he's got to face Alan Trammell, maybe the league MVP. Here's Trammell. Ground ball to third. That should be the 3rd out. And it is. So, a fantastic job by Filer keeping the Tigers in the game. And then the batters give us back the lead. So now, here we are in the 7th. We want Comstock to get DeSa. And then we're going to bring in, I guess, Patterson. So here's a lefty on lefty. DeSa batting 087 versus lefties. Comstock, he struggles. Did I say he struggles? Because he sucks. He just gave up the lead with the home run by Joe DeSa. Opposite, lefty on lefty, and he hit it opposite field. That's the 8th home run for DeSa this year. Unbelievable. I think we're going to send him back to the minors. Bring back Capizzello, perhaps. All right, well, I mean, you play the odds. What can you do? Kevin Mitchell with Dave Patterson now in the game for Detroit. Mitchell hits a line drive to left. Caught by Gibby, 1 down. Here's Ed Putman. First time seeing Patterson. Putman hits a ground ball to Tram. There's the 2nd out. Next up is Mike Davis, and he walks him. I was thinking about swapping him out, but we have a righty here and then a switch hitter, so we may as well give Patterson a chance to finish off the inning. And then, wow, Mike Davis went for a stolen base, and Parrish gunned him down. This is a crazy game. Tons of stolen bases, people taking all kinds of chances. JT leading off the bottom of the seventh, popping it up to first. There's one down. Jim Corsi still in the game. Next up is Reggie. Reginald walks. We've got Reggie on first now. Here is Kirk Gibson. Does he hit and run well? Let's take a look. Nope, he can sacrifice fly, but he doesn't really do anything else. So we got to let him swing away. I mean, it's all you can do. Oh, man. Ground ball to second. Well, they get the lead runner. They can't turn two. And Lance Parrish is up. He's 1 for 1 with a walk against Corsi in Corsi's short career. And there's the ground ball to second. Okay. So we're going to the top of the eighth. Patterson in the game still. I think we need to let him get through this inning. With Kelvin Moore leading off. Fly ball to right field. When it came off the bat there, just for a second, I'm like, oh man, that's a home run. But it fell well short, only 318 feet. And then Patterson jams Toady Phillips. Whitaker makes the play on the outfield grass. There's two down. Next up is Glenn Burke, and Burke strikes out swinging. So great job by Patterson. We go to the bottom of the eighth, and they're going to bring in a new pitcher now. They're going to bring in Ben Hayes. Ben Hayes, what can we tell you about Ben Hayes? Making his 24th appearance of the season. He's 5-1 on the year, and that's because he gives up a ton of runs. 6.75 ERA. 22 earned runs in 29 innings pitched. He walks a lot. Opponents are betting 308. He's got 2 saves, 3 blown saves. And Garry Hancock is going to face him here, bottom of the eighth. Ground ball to Mitchell at third. There's one down. Next up is Tommy B. Brookins, base hit to right field. Nicely done. Brookins has a 2-hit game. Runner on first. Rickey Henderson, 3 for 4. Gotta let him swing away. Oh, he pops it up. Okay, we're going to be stealing on this one, I can promise you that. So Brookins trying to get into scoring position for Whitaker. And it works. Brookins steals second base. His second stolen base of the day. I'm not keeping track right now. I don't know how many that is total for both teams, but it's got to be over 10. Brookins in scoring position. 0-1 count to Whitaker. And a base hit to right. Brookins scores easily, and the Tigers get the lead back. It's 7-6. Great job by Whitaker. A couple clutch hits for him today. And then an infield single for Trammell. And we've actually got more hits than the A's. And it wasn't... This is all since the 4th inning. All of this barrage of base hits. So first and second. Oh, they brought in a new pitcher. So this is Terry Enyart. And this guy, what is his story? Do you remember that story from last year? Something like he went to jail, or he got murdered, or he murdered somebody. I don't know. But he's... I'll tell you in tomorrow's game what his story was. But he's 2-6 with a 4.04 ERA. Pretty good walk to strikeout ratio. Opponents are batting .226 against him. No saves. So here's JT. Oh, this is lefty on lefty. But I mean, remember, JT got 2 hits in his last start against the lefty, so we're going to give him a chance. Oh, no, he was swinging like a rusty fence there. So we go to the top of the 9th, and we've got ourselves an opportunity here to steal a victory. Our defense looks good. Dave Patterson, we got to bring in a lefty. We're going to bring in Pat Underwood. We know that he does really well versus lefties. He's got a couple saves. Let's take a look here real quick. 31st game. He's pitched a lot this year. 4-4, 3.41 ERA. He has blown 4 saves. That is not good. But if you look at the splits, opponents are betting 175 against him. Lefties are. And I think a lot of that has come lately. So we're taking a chance. Here's Rusty McNealy. Tough out today. 3 for 4. And there's another hit to left. Unbelievable. And he went for second, and he was successful. So we're going to intentionally walk Shooty Babitt to get to the lefty DeSa. DeSa batting 106 versus lefties. I mean, this is the time to turn 2 right here. That's going to be a pop fly into right center field. DeSa's going to get the job done getting McNealy to third, and we're going to have to bring in our closer, Tom Hume, here. And we're going to pull the infield in. I was going to say, do we try to turn 2, but Babitt's got good speed. So, yeah, I mean, all we can do is pull the infield in. Oh, good job by Hume. Mitchell pops it up into foul ground behind home plate. And there is the second out. So this is it. We're down to the final out here. Playing everybody straight away. Putman's got a home run today. Seems like everybody's got a home run or a stolen base. He shoots it to right. Caught by Hancock. And the Tigers win. What a hard-fought game. That was exciting. Tigers win 7-6. I have no idea who the player of the game is. We might have to think it over. The Mets are offering us John Stearns for Brookins and for Thompson. I don't hate that, but we've already signed Parrish to a long-term deal, and obviously our backup is maybe better than Parrish at this point. So we're going to shut it down. And let's take a look at the standings real quick. Hey, look at that. We jumped. Well, I guess technically we're tied. In fact, by percentage points, we're actually below Milwaukee. But it looks nice to be in that spot. So we're using positive visualization here. So, yeah, we're still 8.5 games back as Baltimore has won 8 in a row and maybe unstoppable at this point. And just amazing to see Minnesota, after all the trades that they've done, have now taken over first place in the West. That is unbelievable. Take a look at the transactions. We already know that. Mike Krukow gets a 4-year deal from the Cubbies at $640,000. The Cubbies are turning it around, just for the hell of it. Yeah, he hasn't been able to stay healthy. But he's made 16 starts this year, and yeah, I mean, why not? He's no Rick Russell. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. I have no idea who the player of the game is. We're going to have to take a look here. Tom Hume, good job for him coming in and shutting it down. And, man, player of the game, we have JT and Trammell going back-to-back. Lou Whitaker gets game-winning RBI, and I think he had 2 in clutch moments. 2 stolen bases for Henderson. 2, so that's 8 total stolen bases on the day. 3 caught stealings. That is insane. We're going to give it to Whitaker. He may not have hit the home run, but he did hit the game-winning RBI, and I believe he did put us in the lead in that inning as well. So great job by Sweet Lou, and yeah, good job by the bullpen. Dave Patterson gets the win, his first win as a Tiger. Keith Comstock, I hope you like riding the bus because you're going back to AAA. Tom Hume gets a hard-earned second save for Detroit. Ben Hayes goes to 5-2. So that's it here from Detroit. We'll be back tomorrow for the second game of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great day.